Hey, good morning. Hope you guys are doing well. Monday, little motivation, little Monday talk. Today is on leadership. So, leadership is something that I've been lucky enough to be part of for all my life. I don't know why. I don't know the circumstances. I just know for whatever reason, it seems like whether it's a captain of a football team or baseball team or leadership conferences I'm being selected to go to, or just meeting some really cool people in high level leadership that's taken an investment into my life. And so, leadership is something I study only because I believe that strong leaders make people see more. Strong leaders help people become more. And I think if we all took that approach in life, that we took this approach that we were created with a purpose, for a purpose, that I believe society and this world would be a better place. And so, and another thing is, the question is, are some people just natural leaders, or are people forced into leadership, right? And I think there's an answer to, I think the answer is yes and yes. There's definitely situations where people aren't really leading people, but all of a sudden put in a situation and they have to take massive leadership quickly and become really successful at that. And on the other side of that, I believe leaders grow. And so, where I come from, though, I think all of us are leaders to begin with, right? The minute you're born, if you have siblings, you're leading them in some capacity. If you're in a classroom with other students, whether you're the person in the back, someone's watching you. And if someone's watching you at some capacity, you're a leader, right? Whether you're just a follower, someone's watching you follow, so you're leading somebody else. And so this mindset that I'm not a leader is BS. We're all leaders. So the question is, what do I do with that leadership ability, and how far can I take it? So yes, some of us will just stay where we're at because we don't want to lead the masses of people. We don't want to lead anybody. We're happy sitting at our desk doing our own little thing and don't want our leadership to grow. That's fine, right? That's who you are, no problem. I would challenge you, though, if you're that person, to really ask yourself some hard questions. That, are you afraid to move forward because of fear? If that's the case, that's a whole different subject, right? What I'm talking today about is those people who want to grow in their leadership ability at some capacity. So in Psalm 70, Proverbs 78:72, it says, so David shepherded them according to the integrity of his heart and guided them with his skillful hands. I believe leadership comes down to two things: the integrity within yourself, right? Who are you? What foundation are you building on top of? Are you leading with integrity? Are you leading with not trying to be somebody else, but being who you're created to be, right? Integrity of your heart, that's one. And then skillful hands. Are you working on developing your leadership skills? What books are you reading? Who are you surrounding yourself with? Those two things become a very important process as you grow as a leader. Let me explain. If you have weak integrity, right, it doesn't matter who you're leading. If you be leading one person or two people, right, your integrity may not show up. You may be a great person, but you don't know who you are at the core values of a heart. But as you continue leading more people in your organization or the group of people you're leading or whatever it is, you become more responsible. That foundation, that integrity of heart, becomes more and more exposed. And so if you're not working on that now where you are at, it will be exposed greatly and put you in some trouble later on in life. If you don't have a strong moral sense of money, as your leadership grows and your organization grows and money becomes affluent, you have more chance of using that money for wrong things with no life in them, right? As you, it's easy to lead one person that's following you, but as you lead hundreds of people, how's your integrity when it comes to handling conflict and situations and people, right? All that matters. And so I challenge you guys, right? What is it? How do you work on your heart? For me, it's really like caused me to dive into the scriptures and understand who I call my Savior, and do I have that relationship? And he's constantly like drawing my heart out. And the big verse to me was 2 Corinthians 12:9 says, for my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in your weakness. Therefore, I will boast all more in my weakness, that his power may rest in me. And I'm just like, God, so for all my life, right, playing sports, leading people, it's always like, what can I do? What can I do? How can I have my strength? How can I get better? How can I do this? And those are great things. But the problem was I was relying on myself. And when I realized I continue now, where I'm working towards getting is working to do all what I just told you, work harder on myself, get better. What can I get better at? But at the same time, understanding like his power is so much greater than any effort I could put in. And I am just a soul being used by him. And the more I plug into him, all this just becomes greater. And so the cool thing about that as well is as he puts me in higher leader positions, he reveals my heart and my character and who I am. And it's like, look, Josh, you need to become more inside. This needs to be intact before I can trust you with more. And so how are you working on your integrity, right? You may not be a believer. Maybe ask yourself who you're surrounding yourself with. Are the people investing into you stealing, cheating, lying? Or are the people investing into you good, moral, ethical people, right? We see leaders in this country alone that get to the top and their integrity is just exposed, right? We see leaders falling all the time from the top places because of scandals, financial scandals, marital scandals, just what they say in the public, anger, all that stuff comes out as you grow as a leader if you're not working on your integrity now. The second part of that verse was he guided them with skillful hands. So you can develop your skills as a leadership. One thing I loved was John Maxwell's leadership lid, where it says, if your skills as a leader is a 4, don't expect to attract anything like a 7, 8, 9. You have to raise your leadership lid in order to attract more people. And so if you want more people and more quality of people following you and helping you grow, you got to be working on your skills as a leader. So that could look like a lot of different ways. Is that skill? We mentioned conflict. Like as a leader, you're going to be handling conflict a lot. Is that organizational skills? Is that processes? Is it, you name it, right? We all know what we need to work on. And so are you reading the books? Are you diving into the personal development plans? Or are you, again, just hoping things work out? And so I challenge you guys as you guys go through this week, really think about those two things, right? What if you can develop the integrity of your heart and become a strong person within, and at the same time developing the skills that it takes to lead and guide people the way you need to guide and lead them? So, hey, I love the comments you guys are sending me. You can follow me on Instagram at 129fitness. That's all spelled out, TWELVENINE fitness on Instagram. And you can also find me Joshua D. Rangel Fitness. More than just health, we want the heart impacted. You guys have a great day.